KXAN Investigator Avery Travis has also been reaching out to district attorneys' offices across the state of Texas over the last several weeks.
And Avery, they're explaining to you that the cases come from law enforcement and only when a victim comes forward.
Yes, one DA in the Panhandle actually tells us that he described the criminal justice system as very reactive and not proactive. That's why it's no surprise so far 20 of all of these highlighted DAs that we contacted, including Travis counties right here in Austin, tell us they haven't prosecuted any new cases related to priest abuse.
Are you all prosecuting any cases right now?
No, we don't have any cases pending. We've talked to our law enforcement agencies, and to our knowledge, none of them have received any complaints either. So without a victim coming forward to complain about a specific person, a specific assault, then we are unable to bring a criminal case.
We've talked to district attorneys across the state, and the answer is very often the same. They've had no cases brought to them by law enforcement. Does that surprise you that your office is not alone?
Considering the way those names got reported and that many of them were deceased individuals and went back so far in time, no, it doesn't surprise me.
Do you think if there had been more details released or timeframes released with those names that some victims might have come forward or cases might have landed on your desk?
I don't really know if I can answer that question. It's mere speculation at this point. But if there is a victim out there, I would urge them to report to law enforcement.
There were cases of clergy members charged with crimes in the past year in a few other counties, but not many convictions. One from the Amarillo diocese, Peter Wafula, was arrested and indicted on a charge of indecency with a child by sexual contact. Now, he stood trial in October, but a jury found him not guilty.
Then will his name be taken off the list of the accused priests?
Yeah, the DA there tells us that may be a conversation that the diocese may be reviewing whether or not that should happen, but we're still waiting to hear back from the diocese.
Avery, thank you.
And we discovered last year, unless a district attorney asks the state to step in, the Texas Attorney General's office says it can't launch its own investigation into clergy abuse. And so far, his office won't confirm anything like that has happened. But as KXAN investigator Aaron Cargile reveals, citizens are still urging him to step in.
A public information request revealed people are still calling Ken Paxton's office and writing letters.
Dear Attorney General Ken Paxton,
Juliana Kulilap, now a freshman at the University of Texas in Austin, sent this message in the mail last school year when she was a senior at a high school in Frisco.
Children and victims of abuse deserve to see the government put effort into holding their perpetrators accountable.
Her AP government teacher challenged the class to pick an issue they were passionate about changing and write a political leader about it.
A lot of other states were taking their own action against it, so why couldn't Texas?
In the last year, records show 5 different people called the AG's office to report they were sexually abused by clergy. In those cases, the person answering the phone suggested they call local law enforcement or a national group like RAIN, the Rape, Abuse, and National Network, that runs a 24/7 hotline to help victims of sexual assault. Several calls made to the AG's office came from a detective with a North Texas Police Department who kept asking for the AG's help with priest abuse cases involving children. The AG's response, the answer is no, until the district attorney's office requests our assistance. Notes from July of last year say Assistant AG Gabrielle Massey was looking through documents regarding the Catholic priests' investigations to come up with a list with potential cases in each jurisdiction. When we repeatedly asked throughout the last year if the AG's office was looking into anything priest-related, a communications person said it's their policy to neither confirm or deny any investigations are happening. Kulilap got a call back from the AG's office after they received her letter telling her thank you. She says she will never fully trust the Catholic Church until the state steps in.
There's so much hidden behind closed doors, and even if they're trying to be a little bit more transparent, it's still important for a more concrete organization like the government to step in, especially when it's children that are being victimized or abused.
In addition to attorney generals in other states stepping in, this map shows the 10 states that passed new laws just last year to encourage more victims to come forward, either by extending or doing away with a time limit on pursuing criminal charges or filing civil lawsuits.
And beyond changing laws, is anything happening in Texas right now?
Actually, yes. The dioceses in Dallas and Houston, Galveston were raided by law enforcement. In both cases, investigators were looking for sexual abuse cases, records in specific cases. We're still waiting on the outcomes of those cases.
All right, Erin, thank you.
When the bishop says we've removed him, what is your understanding of what that means?
That to me meant he was no longer a priest. When you remove someone from a job, you no longer have that job.
Allegations an Austin priest sexually abused women during confession led to a lawsuit settlement. But his former parishioners reached out to us when they heard he's still a priest in Central Texas. On KXAN News at 6, we track him down and ask the diocese for answers.